Hey, it's been a while. I got a Fodera Emperor 5-string classic standard. So a few months back, I went on the hunt for putting one of these on orbit through Sweetwater. And with Sweetwater, one of the cool things about them is you can get on a waiting list, and because they do so much inventory, sometimes you can get a bump before if you just order it by yourself. And that's exactly what happened with me. So I got in line for a white Emperor Classic Standard 5, and they had somebody not want to pay the full amount. They put the deposit down, and they backed out, and they called me and said, "Hey, we got what you want. You want to come get it?" So I put in the money, had to sell some bases. So the first thing you're probably gonna ask me is, what did I sell to get it? Well, I sold my brown Fodera Modern 524. I sold my Spectre PJ5 Euro, and I sold what else? My Dark Ray 5. So I can get into why I sold all those in the first place. All great bases. I really don't have any issues with those, but they're not a Fodera. And when I bought my Fodera 4-string last year, I fell in love with that bass. It's probably my favorite bass I've ever owned. And I play a lot of 5-string, need a 5-string, play a lot of modern contemporary worship and other things that require the low B, and I had to have a Fodera. And after I've played fit and finished, it's hard to beat. So I got this in, came with the case. Sweetwater's awesome, by the way. It actually came with a white pick guard, and I ordered a black one straight from Fodera in the shop, and they sent it to me. So it's doable. Mine is everything standard. So just a little spec wise, with the classic, you're dealing with an alder body and a rosewood neck. So it's rosewood fretboard, sorry, not neck. Maple neck. Body itself is alder, and it's not lightweight. So this is a little heavier bass. I bet you this one's close to 11 pounds. So for you folks that are looking for a lightweight solution, the standard classic may not be it, but I got a good strap, so good, at least 3-inch strap. It's got the standard Mike Pope preamp in it, so it's got from front to back here, this is the volume knob and the inset. The one underneath is passive tone control. This one is the balance between the pickups. This one here is treble and bass. And last but not least, mid-range control. The two switches are series parallel on the pickups, and the back one here is active passive. So just like my other Fodera on that aspect, 19mm string spacing. I'm really more of a 17.5 guy, but to be fair, I've gotten really used to it. I like it. The neck shape is awesome for my hand. Neck shape's different for everybody. I'm never going to say that, hey, this is the perfect neck shape for everybody. It's not. Some people probably wouldn't like it. Same token, I've grown to love it. Been playing this bass a whole lot. It's got a good sound. One thing about Foderas I really love is with the Seymour Duncan pickups that they really put in most of their models. They really are clear, crisp. They're one of the stand out, no matter what you do, type basses. It's not kind of like a P bass where it's going to sit underneath everything. It's going to be very clear what you're doing, articulate, which also brings out your playing flaws. So I'm going to play a little bit with it and just show you kind of the tones. For me, the way that I set my EQ on this bass is I typically play it down the middle in parallel with about 2 o'clock on the mids, probably about 1 o'clock on the bass. No additional treble. This is a bright bass, so you will probably have to use the passive tone knob and maybe cut some of the treble if you're like me and don't like a lot of finger noise. But we'll give it a shot. I'm going to play it with the pickups mixed right down the middle, just give you an idea of kind of the overall sound, how I basically play this for 90% of the tunes I'm on. Sound. I'm just playing through my Noble DI with no EQ, just volume on it. So both the treble and bass are down all the way. So you're getting straight off the bass. A little bit of tube coloration, but that's about it. So that's what you hear. I also love playing the neck pickup on this bass. So if you wanted a really good, deep, like P-bass sound, I'm going to roll this to the neck pickup and kind of play again. I'll let you hear what that sounds like. It's got a great neck pickup on these basses. It's a good sound. And the bridge pickup is also, if you play a lot of bridge pickup, I'm not really a bridge pickup guy that plays that solo, but it is cutting and it's got the Jocko thing down. And whenever I do bridge pickup stuff, I usually play the chicken just because to me it makes the most sense to kind of make it sound like Jocko. So here you go. Half version of that, but you get the point, right? So good sound, that's in parallel again. When you put it in single coil, which I just flipped over to single coil, I'm gonna play with both pickups. It adds a little bright airiness to the top range of it. I usually like to play this when I'm playing finger style with both pickups blended. It's a good sound. And I found when I'm playing ballads or something that's slower, I'll roll the neck pickup in parallel. But single coil with both pickups blended is awesome. It's got the 60s jazz bass spacing. It's got a little bit different higher end on it, so check it out. That sound too is going to be probably your better actual slap sound. So I'll play a little slap so you can hear it. I'm not really a 5-string slapper, so it sounds a little crazy, is what it is. I'm going to play with the pick. I'm back in parallel. Both pickups kind of centered and let you hear what that sounds like. So that's pretty much it. Nothing but good to say about this. It's heavy. That's the one con I got you. But as far as a killer B string, as far as this thing sitting in the mix, man, it is great. There's nothing wrong with this bass at all. And just like my 4-string Monarch that I have, now that I got the Emperor, I'm playing this one's probably pretty much my number one now. The rest of my basses are 4 strings. I sold enough of my 5 strings to where this is what I play when I play a 5, and I play a 5 most of the time. So my other basses I kept. I got my Bluesman Vintage P bass, so they're DeVille. I also have my Sadowski HPJ Candy Apple Red, great bass, weighs like 7 pounds. And my Monarch, my Fodera Monarch. So 4 basses. Well, you see some other ones too. I got an electric upright. I also got a Khaled U bass that I'll do some reviews on in the future. But a lot of people are going to want to know, is the Fodera worth the pay of what you pay for one of these things? Because this is, you're talking about, you buy one of these new, straight from the manufacturer, $7,500. I mean, they're not cheap. I've never spent that much money on an instrument before. I had to sell half of my stable to buy it. Is it worth it? For me, it is. Fit and finish. You're not going to find a more playable instrument. You're not going to sound one that sounds crystal clear in any situation. I mean, these things, I've been playing bass for 28 years, and I've owned almost everything under the sun, major brands. I'm a big Spectre and Sadowski fan. I even like Warwick's custom shop stuff, but Fodera to me still kind of stands out above all those groups. Now, do I play my other basses? Absolutely. My Bluesman Vintage for a vintage like custom shop Fender style, that thing is awesome. My Sadowski HPJ, if I'm going to be playing kind of like a barroom rock or something like that, that's where I'm going to go to. Or if it's just like an old country looking thing, so I don't have this mutant looking 5-string to walk in the door with, I'd probably reach for that. And the Monarch, man, that thing is just for a 4-string and slider weight, so that thing's probably close to 8.5 pounds. This is it's heavy, but it's good. I mean, I like the bass. You really need to play one. It's my 2 cents. I would never buy one of these without playing one. And where I finally played a Fodera, was at the Nashville Guitar Center. That's when I kind of got hook, line, and sinker, bought in on it. And I've had other bass players that have heard my playing and stuff say, man, that's one of the clearest instruments I've ever heard. That's a heck of a compliment to me on the tone and the sound, not just to my playing, but to the sound. The tone is half of why you get hired, right? So, as I always say with my videos, if a Fodera doesn't work out for you like this, go buy a P-Bass, man. You're not wasting money. All this stuff is laying you up. It's good to have. It's fun to have. But at the end of the day, most people don't care other than bass players, and a P-Bass is going to serve you well. But thanks. Appreciate it.